Would like to ask that during consideration of this resolution, all time be yielded for the purpose of debate only. And I would like to yield the customary 30 minutes to my good friend from New York, Ms. Slaughter. I would also like to yield myself such time as I may consume.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, one more housekeeping item. If I could ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks. Without objection. Fantastic. It's going to be a good day, Mr. Speaker. It's going to be a good day. I don't know if you came down to Washington as a young man. I remember sitting right up there on the second row of the gallery, and I came into the chamber and I was so excited. It was my first visit to see the People's House, and the reading clerk was standing there at that podium and read and read and read and read. I had absolutely no idea what was going on in here. Nobody hands you a pamphlet or anything to tell you what's happening on the floor of the House. I thought the activity was going to happen down here, and it was all going on up there at the podium. That's been 40 years ago now. And I now see that however long that conversation happens, it lays the groundwork for what's going to be an even greater conversation here on the floor of the House. Mr. Speaker, I'm fond of saying that if you come to this institution on the right day, you are going to see a festival of democracy take place right here. And today is going to be one of those days. If you were on the House floor yesterday, you saw us take up the first of these divisions in this appropriations bill. Today, because of the work that my friend from New York and I did with the rest of the members of the Rules Committee right up there last night, we're bringing to the floor the remaining 4 divisions of H.R. 3354. 224 additional amendments. 224 additional amendments. Those are to Division A, it's the Interior section. Division C is the Commerce, Justice, Science section. Division D, the Financial Services section. Division F, the Labor, HHS, and Education section. When I was on the floor yesterday, Mr. Speaker, I talked about how proud I was of the work that we have all done here together. This annual appropriations process has been conducted in a more comprehensive fashion this year than in any year in my memory. When we get jammed, you end up with one of those long-term, year-long continuing resolutions that shut out every member's voice. In a good year, maybe, you end up with one of those giant leadership negotiated White House and the leader of the House and the Senate omnibus appropriations bills that shut out all but 2 or 3 voices. But this year, the Appropriations Committee, beginning its work way back in April, has worked through every single appropriations bill one by one at the committee level, and we're seeing the culmination of that effort here on the floor today. Mr. Speaker, it's been since 2010 that the House has finished its work before the September 30th fiscal year deadline. It was a 2009 calendar year. They were doing the work for the 2010 fiscal year. It's hard to get this done, and it doesn't happen because Democrats are successful or Republicans are successful. It happens because the collaboration that we have together is successful, and we're seeing the result of that today. If we pass the underlying rule, we will make in order those 224 amendments. We will begin that process of debating the last 4 divisions, and we will have the voices of this House heard. We went till midnight last night, Mr. Speaker. We went till midnight the night before that. I suspect midnight's going to seem early to us for where we're headed over the next couple of days. But at the end of that process, Republicans, Democrats, folks from all regions of the country are going to be able to look each other in the eye and know that in a way that makes folks back home proud, we worked through each and every appropriations bill, and we got our work done on time. That's why I ran for Congress, Mr. Speaker, to deliver results back home, and that's why I'm proud to be standing with my friend from New York today delivering on those promises. With that, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. The gentlewoman is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman from Georgia, my good